Hello and welcome to the game of the week. It's the Champions League and Man United are travelling to Barcelona where they find themselves 1-0 down after the first leg. Both teams have picked incredibly strong lineups for today's game. Lionel Messi leading out Barcelona and Paul Pogba leading out Manchester United. De Gea keeps his place in goal and Ter Stegen, as expected, is in goal for Barcelona at an absolutely jam-packed Nou Camp. There are the Man United fans all the way up in the rafters, up at the top of the arena. Now, this is a huge game for manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously with the history of scoring the winning goal in Man United's treble-winning season in 1999 against Bayern Munich. Scott McTominay keeps his place in the team. Diego Dalot comes in at right back. And Paul Pogba is the captain in central midfield today. Barcelona lining up with a fabulous front three of Lionel Messi, Suárez and Coutinho. Ter Stegen is in goal. Vermaelen plays at centre-back for them, which is an interesting, strange choice, but one that shouldn't be that much of a surprise with recent injury spats at Barcelona. And we have Vidal in the middle of the park, partnering Sergio Busquets, as well as the Champions League anthem rails out around the stadium. The fans are ready to go, the players are ready to go, the team photos are happening, and this is how both teams line up for the game. Barcelona have Sillerson in goal, sorry, not Ter Stegen. Sergio Roberto, Murillo, Vermaelen, Jordi Alba, Busquets, Vidal and Arthur in the middle. Messi, Suárez and Coutinho lead the line. And with the backdrop of the fabulous Nou Camp, this is how Man United line up. De Gea in goal, Dalot, Smalling, Phil Jones and Luke Shaw. Fred, McTominay and Pogba in the middle. Mata, Rashford and Martial. On the bench, Romero, Lukaku, Bailly, Lindelof, Lingard and Herrera. And the game is ready to get under the way. Scott McTominay hoping to have another performance like he did in the first leg against Barcelona. But Man United have to score and really look to make a difference in this game as Martial from the off puts Barcelona under pressure. But they look to keep the ball and move it around forward, looking out towards Coutinho into Suárez early, and Suárez has got away from Smalling in the middle, and Dalot is asked to defend straight off the back. Coutinho just toe pokes it into Suárez, nice little back heel, puts that ball across to Vidal, and Chris Smalling there comes in and looks to launch a counter-attack for Man United. Mata into Rashford, that's got to be a free kick, the referee plays advantage, Mata picks it up, Pogba looks to release Martial comes forward with it. Looks like he tried to get around Sergio Roberto, but good defending from the Spaniard, although he then loses it. Martial plays the sensible option to go backwards. In it goes, and Man United recycle possession as McTominay nearly caught on the ball there. Jones looks to launch it out to the right-hand side, flicked on to release Juan Mata. Juan Mata again, Man United starting like a freight train as Sergio Roberto heads it away. And it's a good start by Man United in the first 8 or 9 minutes of this game. But Barcelona retain possession, and we know this is when the team from Catalan will hurt you, when they have the ball at their feet and they can move it around. Coutinho looks to get in behind. Suárez has come out of the middle again, and Smalling marshalled him, and he had a very good game in the first leg, Chris Smalling. As Rashford holds this up, looks to flick it over the top. Juan Mata not blessed with too much pace, but does get there. Just looks to teaser, tackle in, actually does very well, creates enough space for a cross, and Sergio Roberto again beats Rashford in the air and gets his head to it as Coutinho lays that one back to Jordi Alba. Back up again to Coutinho. Back to Alba. And he looked to go for it again, but it's covered well. And Smalling will just give this one back to David De Gea for his first touch of the game. He looks to go long and does. And that's a good flick on. And Martial has released Mata. Mata puts it into the path of Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford's in. He steadies himself. He shoots and curls it off to the post. And Roberto gets it away. And Barcelona can count themselves very lucky that Man United haven't got an equaliser there in this tie, and it goes out, and here come Barcelona again. Coutinho, great turn to get round Fred. Fred actually gets back at him well and puts it out for a throw-in. Lovely skill there from Coutinho to do that as Murillo picks up a yellow card. Must have been a late tackle off the ball, so we'll just see a quick replay of that as Rashford here turned. It was that one where Mata picked it up, and probably a bit harsh to get a yellow for that. It looked like he got the ball, but Murillo picks up a yellow card. That header comes in towards Pogba, who flicks it on looking for Luke Shaw, who's invited forward with lots of space. Looks to play it in towards Rashford. I think it was meant for Martial, but Martial has just kept on his toes a little bit as that's a wonderful ball out to find Messi. And it goes to Suárez from Vidal. Pogba gets back and tackles it well. It goes through to David De Gea. And Man United will just look to slow this down a little bit, as that was a poor, very poor kick from David De Gea there. Lucky to get it back. Manages to be a bit more sensible with it on the second attempt. And it goes into Mata. Mata to Fred. Fred just absolutely closed down straight away by this Barcelona team. And the clearance goes long. Luke Shaw beats Messi in the air. And that's laid back towards Pogba. Pogba up to Rashford. And Rashford was offside. So Barcelona will get the ball back in possession, and there you can see clearly offside. Good decision by the linesman. And Barcelona will look to play this out the back. 23 minutes gone, still 0-0. Man United having the best attempt in the game, with Rashford hitting the post after steadying himself. Really probably should have scored it, to be honest, as Dalot has to go out and cover Coutinho. Coutinho gets away from his man. A good 1-2 with Suárez. Coutinho looks to lay it back. De Gea pounces on the loose ball after it hit Diego Dalot. And looks to launch Luke Shaw away on a counter-attack immediately. Luke Shaw looks to go inside towards Pogba, but just couldn't get it through. And now Messi, the danger man, is on the ball. He's held up, and it goes across the midfield into Sergio Busquets. Vidal up to Messi, and Luke Shaw is taking no prisoners with that tackle. Flicks it in to Pogba's path, but he loses out to Busquets. Into Vidal again. Vidal goes up to Suárez, and Chris Smalling's there once more, and then uses his power and strength to get around the man. And Rashford saw the run of Mata, but just couldn't capitalise on that little bit of loose defending from Barcelona as it comes up the pitch. Dalot with a good tackle and wins the throw-in as well off Coutinho. Goes back to Smalling. Smalling looks for a bit of an adventurous left-footed crossfield pass to Shaw. Shaw keeps it in play, and that's a really bad pass, easily intercepted by Sergio Roberto. It goes up to Vidal. Vidal over to Messi. Messi with the overlapping run of Roberto, but Luke Shaw gets his rather sizable frame in the way of it and stops Roberto getting the ball very well. Good defending from the Englishman, and it's launched Man United on a counter-attack as Fred comes forward. Fred just running with the ball at his feet. Really bad pass into Martial, and that just gives Barcelona a chance to recover. Man United defending vigilantly, but not attacking with the most flourishing of movement since they had the opportunity for Rashford, and he could be in again as Mata is just beaten to the ball with a wonderful slide tackle by Piqué, and Vermaelen. Piqué starting on the bench today, as that's a good header there. It will fall to Smalling, who keeps it alive, but McTominay has caught Dalian on the ball, and that's going to put Coutinho in. Smalling with a wonderful block from Coutinho's effort, and he does very well to put that behind, as we see the replay here. It came in, Smalling with a header, McTominay just caught on his toes. Suárez fed it into Coutinho, who was lining up the curler, and Smalling makes a wonderful block on it, and it will be a corner to Barcelona. So you can see Barcelona team dominating the touches chart, with Vidal at number 1, Coutinho at number 2, and Suárez at number 3. They like to have their touches and their passes on the ball, as that's looks like a woeful pass, but it's been kept in play by Coutinho into Suárez, just looking to dance away from Fred. Managed to get that out to Jordi Alba, but Mata can't get on that ball, and it's all very congested down that right hand side for Man United, as that cross comes in and just defeats absolutely everybody and goes out for a Man United throw about not 2/3 up the length of the pitch, about a third up the length of the pitch in Man United's half. Pogba up to Martial, who's been very quiet. Rashford tries to get it into Mata's feet, but just couldn't get there, and Suárez will turn. He's brought down by Phil Jones, and the referee has brought that back for a free kick. I don't think there's many arguments to be had. Or was it Scott McTominay? Yeah, the youngster hasn't started brilliantly. The young Scotsman flying in here on Suárez, and yeah, just caught him late. No booking from the referee, but a dangerous position for a free kick. And Messi stands over the ball with Coutinho. Who's going to take it? It's the Argentinian. He actually goes short to Vidal. And you could probably argue that Barcelona may have wasted that opportunity, but let's see what happens from here. Or have they wasted it? Because it looks like Coutinho might get in behind, or Suárez, he hasn't kept it in, and it goes behind for a goal kick, and that is a very much wasted opportunity by Barcelona there, as De Gea gets the game back underway with a minute to go in the first half, and no stoppage time is allowed, and it's 0-0 as both teams go into a half-time break. So in the half-time break, with the Nou Camp, picture of the Nou Camp with a lovely drone shot there. Man United just lacking a bit in possession, but they have hit the woodwork. Only 2 shots in the entire game. It's not been a great one for the neutrals, both teams cancelling each other out. But Man United will always be confident whilst the scoreline is 0-0. But I'm sure Barcelona will come out at them at some point in this game. No substitutions for either team at half-time. McTominay keeps his place, anchoring the base of the midfield for Man United. Fred and Pogba in front of him, with Martial and Rashford up there as well, as Luke Shaw looks to put Martial in, and straight away after the kickoff Martial looked to dink it over Cillessen and just got it wrong. He hasn't had the best of games, Anthony Martial, out on that left wing today, just been a little bit wasteful with opportunities and passes. It's not been brilliant. Cillessen goes long, and that is headed down. Pogba keeps it alive to McTominay. Fred sees the run, and Pogba hasn't been tracked. It's Marcus Rashford, sorry, he's completely through on goal, and this one he's put in, beating Cillessen, and Man United find themselves 1-0 up at the Nou Camp, and this is an unbelievable, as Rakitic comes on to replace Arthur in the game, and it is 1-1 at the moment. As Barcelona get the game underway, Vermaelen goes up to Rakitic, who's just come on straight, eager to get involved in the play. Coutinho wins a throw-in off Dalot, and this will be Barcelona's to get the game back underway from the throw-in. In it goes, finds Busquets up the line towards Coutinho, into Rakitic, to Jordi Alba. Coutinho in a little bit of space, looks to put the ball in. No, he goes back to Alba, into Suárez. Rakitic looks to Vidal. Now Messi's in a lot of space on the far hand side, and it's actually gone through to Vidal, who fires it in, and that is an instant reply from Barcelona, and that is disappointing if you're a Man United fan, because they have just given away a very easy goal. Phil Jones and Pogba chatting about it between themselves, but Barcelona make it 1-1 here at the Nou Camp, and it could be that for Man United, as they need another goal. But if they do score one more, Barcelona have got to score two. But Vidal puts that into the roof of the net. De Gea's not going to have a chance from that range. And it's a very, very nice finish indeed. Good, quick moving. This is what we're expecting from Barcelona. It took them to go 1-0 down before they really started playing. And the score is 1-1. And Manchester United with Rashford get the game back underway. And now they've got to come and attack. Will this play into Barcelona's hands, as Dalot gets the ball caught under his feet? It goes back into Rakitic, up to Coutinho. Coutinho looks to turn and get it away, but he gets it back from Rakitic, and now Barcelona are really cooking. And they've got this forward. Jordi Alba is tackled well by Smalling, who keeps it in play but can only put it back into the danger area. And McTominay's tackled. It's fallen to Suárez, and it's just like that, been completely turned around. And Barcelona make it 2-1 on the night. Man United need to only score 2 more goals. It's going to be a challenge for them, but Suárez puts that one in the net. David De Gea is dumbfounded. What was the defence doing? McTominay, I think, can be blamed for that one. Smalling won it with a good tackle, but what was he thinking there? Fred had nowhere to go. McTominay then tried to dribble his way out of trouble, and Suárez stuck it in like the lethal poacher that we know he can be. So double substitution then. Ander Herrera on for Scott McTominay, and Lukaku replaces Juan Mata. And we'll have to see if this makes a difference for Man United. Needing goals now, they will leave themselves open to a counter-attack from Barcelona. They've just got to hope that they've got enough about them to recover these goals and see them through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. That's what's at stake here, as Barcelona have just cut through again, but it's Phil Jones there tracking back very well. And Fred looks to come forward, lays it off to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw given a bit of space to run into, puts it into Lukaku, his first action of the game. And Fred just couldn't touch that one through to Marcus Rashford. Up it goes, good tackle from Herrera, who's just fresh on the pitch. He's got fresh legs and showing that. That's a wasteful pass though from the Spaniard. And it goes up into Rakitic. Rakitic through to Vidal. Vidal tackled again by Chris Smalling very well. The back two for Man United have played okay. I mean, Chris Smalling made the mistake, you could argue, for the goal, as Dalot can't keep that in. Just a heavy pass from Lukaku. And Man United really need to force the issue now. 2-1 down with just over an hour played. Coutinho gets it back from Rakitic. Coutinho with the ball in towards Suárez. And that will be easy there for Dalot to pick up. And it goes to Phil Jones. But look at this press from Barcelona. Man United trying to play their way out of the back, as Dalot sees Luke Shaw in quite a lot of space. And they can now overload that side. He looks to put Martial away. Martial's got the pace ahead of Sergio Roberto. Martial looks to dink it in across. Picks out Lukaku. Ref, is that a handball? Rashford picks it up. He can't get there either. A final tackle from the Barcelona centre-backs just keeps it out of the goal. And Fred tried to find Pogba. Luke Shaw will pick up the loose ball. Man United, you can tell, playing with a bit more urgency. Fred with an outside of the foot pass into Dalot. Lukaku into Rashford. Rashford looking for his second of the game. Shoots it over the bar. Very unlucky for Marcus Rashford, that one. A good effort. Had Dalot running outside him. But Man United are trying to get back into this game. Rashford took the shot on early, trying to beat Cillessen in the Barcelona goal. But no luck there whatsoever. As it's still 2-1 to Barcelona. And it will be Cillessen to get underway. 20 minutes to go. Man United needing 2 goals. And then they'll go through on the away goals rule. Suárez beaten in the air by Phil Jones. Lukaku lays that off. And he's actually gone again. But what a tackle that is from Sergio Busquets. As he comes forward into Suárez. Suárez to Rakitic. He's caught on the ball. And Pogba looks to spring a counter-attack. Has Lukaku got through onside? He has. Romelu Lukaku looks to dink it over Cillessen. And Cillessen makes a fantastic save. Just plucking that out of the air. Lukaku really should do better as he balls the ball out to Sergio Roberto. Up it goes to Murillo. Back to Murillo, all the way back to Cillessen. And Lukaku just out of form for that finish there as Herrera looks to get on the ball. Rakitic keeps it alive for Barcelona. Martial looking already tired on his feet. A lot of these Man United players looking tired. Messi with a good bit of skill, but Phil Jones covers it. And it'll go back to De Gea. Now goes long looking for Lukaku, who touches that out of for Marlon's pass. That's a wonderful ball, and it's Dalot who's coming in now. Diego Dalot, what can he do? He turns, he tries to get away from the man, lays it off into the Fred, who sticks it in, and Lukaku couldn't win the header. Diego Dalot looks to keep this alive, looks to ping it out towards Luke Shaw, and he's not going to get there. It runs off, and it's a goal kick to Barcelona. So Man United's third and final sub, Jesse Lingard, comes on for Fred in an attacking substitution from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There is 10 minutes to go, roughly, just over 10 minutes to go. And Barcelona find themselves 2-1 up on the night, 3-1 up on aggregate. And Phil Jones again winning another header at the back. He has had a good game, Phil Jones, and luckily in a computer game you don't see his gurning face. But Phil Jones has done well at the back with Chris Smalling just at fault for one of the goals. Coutinho crosses sort of blocked and Phil Jones gets there first. Looks to toe poke it away. And Rashford tracks back to pick it up and then releases Diego Dalot, who gives it in the middle to Jesse Lingard, who sees the run of Lukaku with a reverse pass. Lukaku's through again, hits this one early, and he's gone past the post and just couldn't put it in. It was a lovely, lovely counter-attack from Man United as Lingard here, lovely reverse ball into Lukaku's path. He got beyond the last man, got his shot off early, but just the wrong side of the post. And the big Belgian just couldn't put it away, and it remains 2-1 Barcelona. And there's going to be a lot of work for Man United to do in this final 8 minutes of the game at the Nou Camp. You can see 3 shots on target apiece. And Man United having more shots in the game. Phil Jones wins yet another header. Lingard, who looks to have made a bit of a difference since coming on, plays the ball into Rashford's seat. Lukaku can't get to that. And Lingard dives in on a tackle and may get booked for that. And the referee's brought that back. I think Suárez was offside, so he's brought it back for the foul. No, he hasn't. He's just played the offside. And Man United can consider themselves a bit lucky there that A, there wasn't a yellow card for Rashford, and B, the ref cancelled the advantage for Barcelona as Pogba feeds it in to Luke Shaw. Up it goes to Martial. Back to Pogba as Vidal tried to reach for it. And Luke Shaw just trying to give Jordi Alba the run around. It's Martial, sees the run of Pogba. Back out to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw back to Pogba. Man United keeping possession. There is a foul on the edge of the box. The referee's going to bring it back. And this will give the team in red a fantastic chance to get a bit of a late goal and possibly make it squeaky bum time for Barcelona. Paul Pogba lines up over the ball. Can he beat Cillessen? Pogba. It's over the wall. Oh, he stuck it in the top corner. Paul Pogba. This is game on. There cannot be extra time. And Pogba runs off celebrating, and he is delighted with that hit. That is a wonderful, wonderful strike from Paul Pogba. And Man United are back in this game. They need one more goal to go through and away goals. Pogba comes up at the big moment. He hasn't had a brilliant game today, but when his team need him, he has tucked that one into the roof of the net and into the corner. And that is absolutely fantastic from the man in red, Paul Pogba. They've got to keep going, Man United. They need one more goal. And there is 3 minutes to play plus stoppage time as Busquets has the ball for Barcelona. Surely now they just keep the ball and keep moving it around and don't do anything stupid, as here comes the team from the Catalan area of Spain. Puts that through and Smalling reads it again really well. De Gea just looks to get Man United on the way. Delo flicks it inside. Up it goes to Lingard. Lukaku. Rashford lays it off into Lingard's path. He's tried to put Lukaku in, but he's offside. And is that going to be the final opportunity for Man United? A very good defensive line from Barcelona there, as they bring off Busquets to bring on Gerard Piqué against his former club with 3 minutes of injury time, and there's already been a minute of it played. What is going to happen in this game? Suárez with a good flick round the corner into the Dow. Looks to go back to Suárez. Rakitic lays it out to Messi, who's been very, very quiet. But he's finally got himself into a bit of space. Phil Jones comes out to meet him. Phil Jones has to get this ball back. It actually falls to Luke Shaw. That's probably going to be it, and it is. And Man United can feel very, very proud of their performance, but they know that is that in terms of the Champions League. The team from the Catalan go through. The Spanish champions Barcelona go through. Man United crash out in the Champions League quarter-finals, losing 1-0 at Old Trafford proved to be the decisive game. But a 2-2 draw at the Nou Camp is very, very good for the team under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who are going through a big transitional period, as we see Rashford's attempt that hit the post earlier on in the game. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this Game of the Week series, please do leave a like, and there'll be plenty more to come. For now, I'm out. Cheers.